Hello, dear students. I'm Betsy Miss here, and today we are going to begin with chapter number 6 of history, that is Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. As you can see in the title, you're going to learn about the Janapadas, the Mahajanapadas, and the rise of the Magadha Empire in this chapter. You will learn about the post Vedic period when all these Janapadas and the Mahajanapadas were present. You're going to learn about when they came into existence, in which part of India were the Janapadas and the Mahajanapadas ruling, and you're going to learn more about the genetic line of the powerful people that were present during this period. So, shall we begin? First, let us learn about the Janapadas. The period from about 1000 BC to 600 BC is considered to be the post-Vedic period. It is in this period that the Janapadas came into existence. So, the post-Vedic period, that is between 1000 BC to 600 BC, is considered is when the Janapadas came into existence. The Janapada that occupied part of today's Maharashtra is called as Ashmak. As you can see on page number 26 of your textbook, there is a map of India given and the ruling Mahajanapadas and Janapadas during that time. You can see that in the Maharashtra area, the Janapada that occupied that part is Ashmak. Janapadas were the many small states that spread from today's Afghanistan, which is the northwest of the Indian subcontinent, to Bengal and Odisha in the east and to Maharashtra in the south. The Janapada called Ashmak occupied a part of today's Maharashtra, and the names of these Janapadas can be found in Sanskrit, Pali, and Ardha Magadhi literature. So, the names of the older Janapadas were written. Okay, so the proof we have in different languages. Okay, that is Sanskrit, Pali, and Ardha Magadhi. Some Janapadas with senior citizens was known as Gana Parishad. That is, the Janapadas with the citizens or the people that were older in age, that is, the senior citizens. If the Janapadas had such senior citizens in them, then that Janapada was known as Gana Parishad. You can also find information about the Janapadas in the writings of the Greek historians. Some of the Janapadas were monarchies, while others were republics. Now, what is the difference between monarchies and republics? In a republic, you have an elected president or a head that is controlling the entire area or region. Whereas in case of a monarchy, there is an unelected. Nobody elected the person as the president or the head of that region, but he or she is unelected, and in the future his son will receive the control of that region. So, in monarchy, there is no election. Automatically, a person becomes the head of the state or that region. And in republic, there is election. Everyone decide or vote who should be the head of that region, and then that person becomes the head and controls that region. That is the difference. So both monarchy as well as republic, both were seen in the case of Janapadas. Different types of Janapadas were present, that means. And you can see more information about the Janapadas and the Mahajanapadas in the writing of the Greek historians. So the Greek historians used to know about the culture that was happening in India. So you already know what a Janapada is called when there is senior citizens present in it. It is called as a Gana Parishad. And the place where all the people used to meet together to discuss in a Gana Parishad is called as the Santhagar. The members of the Gana Parishad would come together for discussions and made decisions regarding the administrative issues. Okay, so obviously the people have to come together, they need to discuss what are the problem that the people are facing, what is the solution that they can do. Okay, so the place where they met is called as the Santhagar to discuss the administrative issues. One person that you really know about is the Gautam Buddha. Okay, you must have heard about him. And Gautam Buddha also used to belong from the post-Vedic period. He used to come from the Shakya Republic. Okay, from the Shakya Republic, that was also a republic state during that time. And every Janapada had its own coinage. Every Janapada had its own coinage, means every Janapada had its own currency or coins made. Different types of coins were made in different Janapadas. They did not have a common type of currency or coins. Now, what is the difference between Mahajanapada and Janapada? The word Maha means stronger or bigger. Something which is stronger or bigger is termed as Maha. So, you may have guessed right that a Janapada which is strong and very big was called as Mahajanapada. And there were 4 powerful Mahajanapadas during the post-Vedic period. The 4 powerful Mahajanapadas were Kosala, Vatsa, Avanti and Magadha.